Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Old City Hall. I'd like to call this meeting to order. At this time, if we could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Carlson.
Here.
Goose.
Here.
Hurtak. Here. Citro.
Here.
Vieira.
Here.
Miranda.
Here.
Maniscalco.
Here.
We have a physical quorum.
All right, before we begin, I believe Councilman Vieira on item number 9, is that correct? The folks need to be out by 10 o'clock?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair, if at all possible. Oh, no,
Okay.
it's number, I'm sorry, it's number, not 9. 5.
From the
EGI group. Yes,
okay.
sir.
All right, so we'll figure it out as we approach the hour so we get there. All right, item number 1 is a presentation of commendation to ATU Local 1464 Employee of the Month. They keep the city running. I believe we have Mr. Stephen Simon here coming on up. And Councilmember Goods is heading down.
Well, Mr. Chairman and council members, today we are privileged to have another great employee receiving accommodation from our ATU. We have Mr. Torrance Gatson, who is receiving the ATU Employee of the Month for the convention center. So, Steve, you want to tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, Council, and good morning, City of Tampa. I'm Steve Simon, President of ATU Local 1464, and we are here today to introduce you to the ATU Employee of the Month, Taurus Gadsden. Prior to 2018, Taurus Gadsden was recognized by the Tampa Convention Center as one of their housekeeping contractors' top performers. He was also acknowledged and hired by the City of Tampa for his commitment to providing stellar services while leading and teaching teams of temporary personnel to meet the high standards of guest services. Taurus is one of the best examples of the mayor's workforce development initiatives, wherein Taurus set his foot on a path to change and grow, to lead by example, and has demonstrated extraordinary initiatives to improve his life and the life of his family. Having recently met with Taurus, I learned that he's returned to school and is seeking a degree from the University of South Florida. Taurus exemplifies the type of employee who everyone admires, respects, and cheers to success. He is one of Tampa Convention Center's best. And on that note, on behalf of ATU Local 1464, I would like to present you with a $100 gift card.
Tampa City Council accommodation presented to Torrance Gasson, ATU Employee of the Month. In recognition of Torrance Gasson, ATU Employee of the Month, for exceptional performance of duty as a Service Crew Leader 1 with the Tampa Convention Center. Prior to joining the City of Tampa, Torrance was recognized by the Tampa Convention Center as one of their housekeeping contractors' top performers because of a commitment to providing stellar service while leading teaching teams, temporary personnel to meet the high standards of guests. He was hired by the City of Tampa. The City Council of the City of Tampa is proud to present the Council commendation to Torrance Gasson, who exemplifies the type of employee who everyone admires, respects, and cheers to success. You are one of Tampa Convention Center's best. Presented this day, the 12th day of April 22. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied this morning.
Okay.
Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you. Thank you. I just want to say I'm very thankful for the attention, and I'm thankful for the people who recognize me. I plan on being in this business for a while. I love the joy I get from what I do is seeing the guests, the clients. I don't do it for, I'm saying this a little wrong. I do it for my coworkers too, but I enjoy seeing the happiness on the guests and the clients that come inside our building. So that's who I do it for, and that's who I continue to do it for. And thank you.
there's some folks who will give you some goodies.
Hello, good morning, good morning.
How you doing?
Congratulations on a
Thank
job
you.
well done. Good morning, Council. Mike MacArthur with Steps Towing Service. On behalf of Todd Stepp and Steps Towing, I present you with a $50 gift card to Cheesecake Factory.
Thank you.
Take some time off and go out to dinner, enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
Congratulations, thank you.
Morning, of course. Pete Brevy on behalf of Busch Gardens. Thank you for what you do. It's glad to see somebody that kind of has joy in their work and enjoys coming to work every day. On behalf of Neil Thurman and the Busch Gardens and Adventure Island team, we'd like to present you with 4 tickets to our park for you and your family. Enjoy. Thank you.
Good morning, Council. Donna McBride from the Strass Center. Mr. Gaston, the Strass Center would like you to enjoy a show with a friend, and we thank you so much for your service and the fact that you really are dedicated to
Yes,
making
ma'am.
clients happy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Taurus. I'm Grace. I'm here on behalf of the Columbia Restaurant Group and the Gonsmart family. We'd like to present you with a $50 gift card to Goody Goody. Please enjoy with your family. Handmade burgers and milkshakes. Thank you so much for what you do.
Thank you.
Mr. Torres, City Council members, Danny Alvarez on behalf of the Tampa Hillsborough Expressway Authority. I'm the secretary there, and from one group of silent but always there to another person that's silent but always there. We appreciate your enthusiasm. We ask you to accept this small token of our appreciation for your effort. So thank you very much.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You need a bigger bag.
I do.
You see, one of the most, Steve Michelini, I'm here on behalf of a variety of different restaurants that would like to bestow you with some gifts. And so one of the things that's really important is keeping a clean house.
Yes,
And so, their first impression when they come to the convention center is it clean?
yes.
And can we stay here and conduct our business here in an attractive way, and you make sure that it happens. So on behalf of the Yummy House China Bistro, we're providing you with a gift certificate for $50.
Thank you.
When you get time to go work out at the YMCA, we're going to give you a free pass and go over the Y. On behalf of Bella Brava Restaurant, we're giving you a gift certificate for $50. And on behalf of the Chicho's Restaurant Group, we're giving you another $50, so you can go eat and exercise. Just help keep our house clean, okay?
I will do. I will do.
Is Una here? You wanna come up and say a few words? Debbie said you wanna say a few words?
This is awesome, man.
Yes, good morning, Council. Una Garvey, Director of the Tampa Convention Center. We have a really great team throughout our center, and they always excel and bring people back to our city, which is one of the main goals of being the economic engine in our city. And there are so many people that we could nominate for this award, but Torres really stands out. He's been nominated a few times from several of his supervisors and several of his coworkers. And so I'm really delighted that before I head into retirement, that I get to stand here before you and to congratulate this young man for the great work that he's been doing along with everyone else. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, sir. It's very clear that you're loved, as you can see by the warm reception here.
They gotta say something, Bill. They gotta say something.
We are very thankful for you and all your hard work, and best of luck at USF. Another bull over here. We appreciate you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank
Any
you.
council member?
Thank you.
If I may, Mr. Chair, thank you very much. You're a prime example. If you do something you love, you never work a day in your life. Thank you for being part of the family, and thank you for all you've done over the years.
Thank you.
Councilman Vieira.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations, sir, on this honor. The reason we started as a council this honor for ATU is to make sure that our everyday employees who play such a pivotal role in making sure that our city runs on time, get the dignity and honor and respect that they deserve through awards. And we hope that we as a city continue to give you all that dignity, honor, and respect through pay and benefits and respect on the job. But thank you for everything that you do, and congratulations on your next step at USF. That's a big deal. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for what you do. I had a chance to sit down with the union head this morning, and he just had wonderful things to say about you. And apparently you're the very first person from the convention center to get this honor. And so very proud of you. Thank you so much for your work.
Councilman Moran.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You know, like everyone said, what happens in life is when the first impression. And when somebody walks into that building, even though it's over 25 years old, much more, they look at something like it's brand new. And I remember what your gentleman from the ATL 1754 said, we keep Tampa moving. That don't mean they're leaving, that means they're bringing them in. And to keep the people here in the city of Tampa, and you're one of the pillars that have made the cornerstone what it is today. Congratulations to you in helping Tampa being what it is today.
Thank you.
Councilman Cross.
Yeah, just to echo what my colleague said, thank you so much for what you do. And because you and your colleagues do such a great job, we don't know about it every day. But if you didn't show up for a couple days, we definitely would know it then. So please keep showing up. We need you. But thank you so much for all you do. It's a miracle, the moving parts and the dedication of staff who get all these things done like you do every day. And thank you in particular for your dedication.
Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Police Officer of the Month, Councilman Citro.
My first question, Mr. Chair, my first question is to Fire Marshal Reed. Where are you at?
Right here, sir.
Are we over capacity?
No.
Good. I am so glad that we are back in these chambers and giving these awards out. Mr. Chair, council members, ladies and gentlemen in the audience, ladies and gentlemen that are watching on TV, I say this every time. Every police officer deserves one of these each and every month. And if you really want to see what these officers go through each and every day, what these brave women and men do, go to the Tampa Citizens Police Academy, and that will show you what they do each and every day to keep us safe and to make sure that this city of Tampa is a safe place to live. Without these brave women and men, I don't even want to think what happened. Mr. Chair, I could go on for hours about our Police Officer of the Month. I have been waiting for this day ever since I became a council member. He is not only a friend of mine, he's a friend of the community. I've known this man since I was with YCDC, and he was one of our liaisons. But I would prefer the chief to give us the reasons why this officer is deserving of Officer of the Month.
Good morning, Council. Mary O'Connor, Police Chief. Proud to present Officer Sean Mahabir to you this morning. He is a 14-year veteran of the Tampa Police Department, a two-time recipient of Officer of the Month. He's that good. And he has been part of the Special Incident Management Unit for 7 years. So after he left Ybor City, which he was excelling at, we put him into this Special Incident Management Unit, which, as you know, we have a lot of large events in the city, and SIMU is a big part of that organization of those special events and keeping them safe. So over the last 2 years, Officer Mahabir has been a key figure during COVID-19, the pandemic. He was one of the lead planners for the first testing site in the city. When Lee Davis Clinic opened in East Tampa, the number of people that wanted to get tested was overwhelming. And Officer Mahabir developed a plan to allow traffic to flow into the testing site with very minimal impact to the surrounding neighborhoods, as we know, which can be a problem. He also took the lead role in scheduling Tampa PD's personnel to work the testing site to handle the security and traffic control and keeping people feeling safe. Very recently, Officer Mahabir was tasked with revamping the Responsibility Matters campaign. It's aimed at reducing underage drinking at the Gasparilla parades. He spent countless hours researching and planning a new, more effective way to reach the youthful audience. He headed up several meetings, and the idea was developed to have students participate in the program by having a friendly competition amongst themselves. The competition was to have students complete a TikTok video. Everyone knows what a TikTok video is, right? It's about the Responsibility Matters. The competition winner was rewarded with a ride on a float during the Gasparilla Children's Parade. He also worked with the Tampa Police Department's PIO to collaborate with TikTok influencers who attended the high school presentations with our officers. The competition was a huge success and re-energized the Responsibility Matters campaign. With his tireless desire to always go the extra mile, Officer Sean Mahabir can be counted on to get the job done. He is never afraid of a challenge and takes every task to heart. In recognition of his outstanding work and dedication to the community, Officer Sean Mahabir has been selected as Officer of the Month for April 2022.
Just wanted to say thank you very much. I'm very grateful for this award. However, I have to share this award with every single member of my special events management unit. They're all standing right there and over on this side. I could probably read that entire thing that the chief read for every single one of those individuals there. It's not just me, I'm accepting it for the entire squad. Thank you very much.
Again, I could go on and on and on about this officer. John, thank you for everything you do. Because of your dedication to service, commitment to excellence, and going above and beyond the call of duty, you have been chosen for this mark of distinction as Officer of the Month. Tampa City Council, your peers, and your superiors would like to commend you on your dedication and diligence. We recognize your professionalism and your commitment to keeping our city safe. It is our honor, the Tampa City Council, to present Officer Sean Mahabir with this commendation on the 12th of April, 2022.
Thank you.
Sean. Hang on. We're going to go over here.
Good morning, Councilman. Darla Portman, Tampa PBA President. Vice President Brandon Barkley, Eddie Croissant, he's going to be our labor rep. And then we got Danny Alvarez somewhere as our General Counsel. I want to thank you for everything that you guys do in SIMU. You guys make this city run perfect when it comes to our special events. And you are an excellent member of the PBA and an excellent officer. So we want to thank you by giving you this plaque that one of our officers made for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Officer Mahabir, thank you so much for all you do for our community. My name is Grace. I'm here on behalf of the Columbia Restaurant Group and the Gonsmart family. And I'm here to present you with a $100 gift card to any of the Columbia restaurant locations. Please enjoy a night with sangria, paella. Enjoy yourself. And thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you.
Good morning, Council. This one's really special. On behalf of the Adele S. Memorial Fund, we will be making a $1,000 donation to the charity of Sean's charity. And this one's really special because I've known Sean for quite some time. He doesn't know this, but I have a nickname for him. I call him Sick'em Sean. And he has worked the night parade with us, with the crew of Santiago for many, many years, and has really done a tremendous job of helping us keep things in order. And we truly appreciate all the work he's done for us. So Sean, congratulations.
Thank you.
Morning, Council. Donna McBride, Stress Center for the Performing Arts. Officer Mahabir, it's my pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for your creative approach to solving important problems and for your service. We'd like you to enjoy a show at the Stress.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'll put on my different hat now on behalf of the Tampa Hillsborough Expressway Authority. Sean, we can't even compliment you without you deflecting and being so humble that you send it off to everybody else that's in here. But I'm not sure how far this gift card goes, so if he doesn't share it, don't get upset. But on behalf of the Hillsborough Expressway Authority, we thank you for your service and your humility. Thank you so much. You make it look good.
Morning, everybody. Good morning, City Council. I'm Bob Turner with the Mustang Club of Tampa, with Grace Thomas from Bill Perry Ford, and in partnership with them, we want to present to you a brand new Ford Mustang.
Great.
You might have to share that with the chief. I don't know how the rules work. Also with a swag bag from Bill Perry Ford with services for your vehicle. Thank you very much for your
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good morning, I'm Mary Lou Bailey. I'm here on behalf of Zoo Tampa, and along with me is...
I'm Mark Haney with Zoo Tampa.
Thank you for your service. I can really appreciate what you've gone through, because I have gone through that academy that the councilman references, and it was quite an experience. I also want to thank you for your work on Gasparilla. One of my other volunteer roles is president of a neighborhood association in Hyde Park, and Gasparilla is going really well from the neighborhood perspective, so thank you for you and your team and everybody for doing all of that work. But back to the zoo. We're presenting you with a family membership, an annual pass to the zoo. It's a $125 value. And you can also come to our special events at Halloween and Christmas and things like that. And we hope it inspires you and your family to love nature and the natural world as much as Mark and I do. And thank you again for your service. You're awesome.
Good morning, Council. Mike MacArthur, Steps Towing Service. Congratulations on a job well done. It sounds like it's very well deserved. So on behalf of Todd Stepp and Steps Towing Service, I'd like to present you with a $50 Outback Steakhouse gift card and a night out on our company limousine for you and everybody that can fit into it. So you've got the best supporting cast in all law enforcement, and congratulations and well deserved.
Thank you.
Morning, Sean.
Morning. How are you, Pete?
Good morning, Council. Pete Brevy on behalf of Busch Gardens. And before I get started on Sean, I'd just like to say thank you, as always, for representing and taking care of the men and women of law enforcement and the fire department. It's much appreciated in the community. And also thank you for letting our community partners, such as myself, to be involved in the presentation. On behalf of Sean, I've known Sean for a long time, and I'd kind of be remiss that, in addition to what the chief said about him, he's done a lot of other great things. One of the things that he's done is he was a hostage negotiator for years. That piece was left out. And one of the things that he does on a continual basis is he trains active shooter presentations to around the country as well as in our community. And I think that's one of the cornerstones of safety for everybody in today's age, unfortunately. But I'd like to congratulate him on that and continuing to do that. I've known Sean for a long time. In addition to working with him, we're friends. We used to be neighbors. Weird story that goes with it. I'll let Sean share it. But anyway, on behalf of Neil Thurman and Adventure Island and the rest of the team from Busch Gardens, I'd like to present him with 4 tickets to Busch Gardens. So apparently he's going to need a few more. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it.
Good morning, Council. Leah Van Name with Tampa Theater Officer. I want to say congratulations, and on behalf of Tampa Theater, I'm honored to give you the gift of a membership. It includes candy, obviously, and a free tour of the theater, free movie tickets, and popcorn. So
Oh, thank you very much.
thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Good morning, Council. Brian Ford with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I just want to say thank you for promoting this program and allowing us to participate as well as it's really good to be back here in the chambers with everybody. So, Officer Mayor, thank you so much for all you do. I don't know if you remember, you actually did some training for us at $1.
Yes,
so
I did.
You and your team do a lot at Raymond James Stadiums. Yeah. But, this is for you. We have a little tradition at $1. And anybody that goes over and above gets a game ball. And I think you have shown that you've gone over and above day in and day out.
Thank you.
So this is for you and your family and all the sacrifice and leadership you've made. Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
it. Thank you.
Congratulations.
think you need a card here, Sean.
Yes.
Steve Michelini, I'm here on behalf of a couple of different folks who'd like to honor you. And I think you know where this place is, the Chicho Restaurant Group.
Yes, I do.
Sean helped to establish the Business Watch for the Soho District, and it's still active today, so we're appreciative of that. It came in at a time when it needed a little bit of help, and he provided that. So on behalf of the Chicho Restaurant Group, we're providing you with a $50 gift certificate. On behalf of the Meat Market in Old Hyde Park, we're providing you with a $100 gift certificate. On behalf of the YMCA, when you finish eating, you can go over there and work out a little bit. And on behalf of Bella Brava, we're going to provide you with a gift certificate for $50, so you can go enjoy yourself over there. Now, I have a question for you about Chinese food. You like Chinese food?
Yes, I do.
Does your team like Chinese food?
Yes, they do.
Okay. So because you offered to share with them, we're going to double the gift certificate for you. So you can take the team. Now he's promised to take you all to lunch. So don't let him off the hook here. So anyway, on behalf of the Yummy House China Bistro, we're providing you with a $100 gift certificate. You can enjoy yourself with your team at lunch.
Absolutely.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you, Steve.
Now you gotta face these guys.
Okay.
Well, congratulations, sir. We certainly appreciate the sacrifice that you make every time you put on that uniform, you and every officer here in the city of Tampa. You keep us safe. You go above and beyond. Just like the previous gentleman, it's clear that you're loved, and this community is with you in friendship and in support because you've always been there for them. You have friendships with quite a few people. They know you. They know who you are, and we're really lucky to have you. And just thank you for being you. We can't say that enough. Any council members? Councilman Vieira, Councilman Miranda.
I just want to say thank you. You know, when I gauge people, it's by laughter and how people smile when they see you and they look at you. So I know you're easy to get along with, but you're also firm and want the job done right. So those are the things that are needed, not only in the police department, but throughout the whole society that sometimes now we don't do so well. So I appreciate everything you've done for all your years of services and continue. God bless you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Councilman Vieira.
Yes, sir, and thank you. As was said before, it's obviously you're loved, but you don't get to this level in Tampa Police Department by just being loved, also by being respected for the work that you do. And the work that you do is something that the vast majority of people in society, myself included, can even begin to do. So we just thank you for all the work that you do. You know, no matter how people respond to you, no matter how society responds to you, you always put on that uniform and you protect and serve all people. And we just appreciate that. All of us here on City Council, all 7 of us do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Carlson.
Yeah, thank you. Echoing what my colleague said, you know, people talk about community growth in our city and our state, and all of it is on the backs of you and your colleagues. You know, your time in Ybor obviously helped with the multi-billion-dollar investment that's going to be going there. Without safety, our community doesn't grow. Hyde Park was mentioned, other parts of the city, and we thank you and your squad and your colleagues for protecting our community and helping us grow. And the other thing on the special events, you know, special events are always a trade-off, especially the political ones, between keeping us safe and making sure we don't violate civil rights. And at least in the last 3 years, I haven't heard any complaints about the civil rights part. So it sounds like you all are not just keeping us safe, which is the most vital part, but also helping to keep the community happy by respecting civil rights as well. So thank you all.
Councilman Hurtak.
I also want to echo everyone's appreciation for keeping us safe, but I wanted to highlight your creativity. I think that your work with high schoolers and making them a part of the community is really amazing. So I think that's underrepresented, the appreciation for just diving in and making those connections. So thank you.
Councilman Goose.
Well, Sean, I know you a long time. You know, you do great work with our young people and also with the community, serving in Ybor, the parades when I see you all the time, passing by. So, you know, how long you got to go before you retire?
5 years.
5?
5 or 6, yes. I think.
You're counting them down, trust me. You're
Yeah,
counting.
I'm counting
You're counting. But again, congratulations on your award today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
all the goodies there.
Yeah, thank you.
Card or anything. All right. Councilman Citro, firefighter of the quarter.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I will state this also, that I wish every one of our firefighters could receive this award. We can only do one a quarter, but that doesn't lessen the great work that the brave women and men of the Tampa Fire Rescue do for our citizens. If you want to see what these brave women and men go through each and every day, the Tampa Citizens Fire Academy is the place you need to be. You will experience things that you never thought were capable of you, let alone members of our fire rescue. But today, we are proud to present driver engineer Thomas Matthew Russell with firefighter of the quarter. I would love to spend time saying the reasons why this firefighter deserves this, but I'm going to ask Chief Tripp to come up and tell us why he's deserved it.
Good morning, Council. Barbara Tripp, Fire Chief for Tampa Fire Rescue. So it gives me great honor to introduce you all to Driver Engineer Thomas Matt Russell. For the firefighter of the second quarter, Driver Engineer Matt Russell is assigned to Station 6 on the A platoon. The station is also known as the Beach House. Not that they're anywhere close to the beach, but I guess just the name they gave it. But that station is also recognized as a specialty unit, and which is take care of all the hazard material that is disposed into the city of Tampa. So Driver Engineer Russell is dedicated, he's a positive employee, and many people have the opportunity to work with him. I believe he is worthy of this recognition by his peers, excuse me, worthy of this recognition by his peers for the outstanding contribution he has made to Tampa Fire Rescue in the community. Driver Engineer Russell has been instrumental in providing much needed monthly hazardous material training through a technology platform called Power DMS. This Power DMS reached out to all of the technicians on the job and allowing them to maintain their skills throughout their employment. Additionally, he has trained other staff members on the use of this platform and its capabilities. Driver Engineer Russell has been instrumental in working with other individuals in obtaining much needed meters for the hazardous material team and setting up training with the vendors. Driver Engineer Matt Russell, he also teaches CPR. He's taught many at the Police Fire Academy, and he also is definitely an instrumental person whenever we have new recruits. He introduced them to the hazardous material of Tampa Fire Rescue. Driver Engineer Russell has spent his off-duty time, that takes dedication to do off-duty, to take equipment to go get it serviced. He's not asking for no money. He's just dedicated and loyal to the city of Tampa. But something you all don't know, he can sing too. So with that being said, of course, knowing within Tampa Fire Rescue, we have a lot of talented individuals, so of course, with just honoring individuals, I wanted to create a chorus, and guess what? Voila. Driver Engineer Matt Russell is part of the Hometown Heroes chorus, and he's also a member of the Pipes and Band. So these are just a few reasons why I believe Driver Engineer Matt Russell is worthy of this recognition for this second quarter. Congratulations. Thank you.
As we've seen, not only do you have a great singing voice, but you can multitask. And it's wonderful to see that the firefighters of this town can do more than just put out fires, save lives, grab people out of burning cars, resuscitate. Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, sir.
We present driver engineer Thomas Matthew Russell, firefighter of the quarter, second quarter, 2022. Because of your dedication to service, commitment to excellence, going above and beyond the call of duty, you have been chosen for this marked distinction as firefighter of the quarter. Tampa City Council, your peers, your superiors would like to commend you for your dedication and commitment. We recognize and commend you for the service to your department, colleagues, and to the city of Tampa. It is the honor of Tampa City Council to present driver engineer Thomas Matthew Russell with this commendation on the 12th day of April, 2022.
Well, to be honest, my heart is very full. This department has meant a lot to me, so I thank you, council members. Thank you, chief and administrative staff. Of course, my wonderful crew at Station 6A. Just all the members of Tampa Fire, the wonderful individuals there have been just exceptional to work with. About 18 years ago, a retired captain now, Larry Ficca, shared with me the possibility of a career change, and I've never looked back. It's been wonderful, it's been an honor, and I'm humbled for this award because I'm receiving it for doing something that I've always loved. And just, if I could just beg a moment, where's the camera at? Right there. Okay. Hi, Mom. So thank you to all of you. Thank you to my brothers and sisters of Tampa Fire Rescue. Thank you to my mom and dad and my sister watching from home. And I just, my heart is full.
Good morning, Council. Orrin Hansen, current airport chief, as well as the chairman of the Tampa Fire Rescue Awards Review Board. On behalf of the Awards Review Board, I'd like to congratulate driver engineer Matthew Russell. I've had the pleasure of knowing Matt for 17 years as we were hired together. So we've been through a few things over the years, and certainly a pleasure and a well-worthy nomination. And I'd like to congratulate him with this plaque from the Awards Review Board. And also on behalf of the Tampa Marriott Water Street, they will be presenting him with a night stay at the banquet that's coming up this year as well. So congratulations.
Good morning, Council. Andrew Carter, Tampa Firefighters, here with Mike Billick, also representing Tampa Firefighters Local 754. First off, it's great to have the first in-person, in-council chambers firefighter of the quarter, and it's a great pleasure to represent and recognize one of just a great person and one of my personal friends. I've been on the job 14 years, interacted with Thomas Matthew Russell many times. The best part about the most recent things that he's contributed, because he's contributed a lot, is this video platform for the learning of a hazmat. So as a hazmat technician, previously it was just reading a couple papers and taking some multiple choice tests. I look forward every month to the videos that driver engineer Thomas and driver engineer Harris put together. It makes learning fun, and that's what we need to do. So on behalf of the firefighters, we are going to recognize you with this plaque, as well as a gift card for you and Shannon to have a night out on the town, and it's a pleasure. Congratulations.
Good morning, Council. I'm Grace Gonzalez. I'm here on behalf of the Columbia Restaurant Group. I'm going to present you with this $100 gift card to any of the Columbia Restaurant locations anytime you get to leave the beach house. Enjoy some sangria paella on us. Thank you so much for all that you do. We really appreciate you serving our community.
Thank you so much.
All right, Danny Alvarez, on behalf of the Tampa Hillsborough Expressway Authority, you know that I wear multiple hats, and we get the honor of working with our brothers and sisters behind the scenes in fire. And I got to express to you that your humility and love for what you do makes those of us who talk for a living and wish that we were you feel that much smaller. So we appreciate everything that you do from the bottom of our heart, and we hope you take this. And hi, Mom. Thank you so much.
Firefighter Russell, I'm sorry. Donna McBride with the Strauss Center. We'd like to thank you for your service, and again, to point out the creativity that you put into taking care of this community. We'd like for you to enjoy a show at the Strauss and keep up the good work.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you.
Morning, Council. Again, on behalf of the Adele S. Burnett Memorial Fund, we will be making a $1,000 donation to Thomas's favorite charity, which he's already chosen, Friends of Tampa Firefighters, which is an organization that both Chief Tripp and I serve on the board, and we do a lot of good work to go out the community and for our fire department, for our firefighters. And by the way, Dad and Sis.
Yeah.
Got them. So congratulations as the father of a Tampa firefighter and paramedic. I know all too well the dedication and hard work and sacrifice that these folks make every day. So thank you very much.
Morning. Good morning. Turner, Mustang Club of Tampa, Grace Thomas, Bill Curry Ford. Your Mustang's on back order. We'll get squared away, but you know, chip shortages being what they are. We'd like to present to you a swag bag from Bill Curry Ford with services for your vehicle.
Oh,
thank you very much for your service.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, Mary Bailey. I'm here on behalf of Zoo Tampa along with
Mark Haney with Zoo Tampa.
Okay. Thank you very much for your service, and thank you to your entire family. I know it takes a whole family support, as well as your courage and bravery and your creativity and your ongoing continuous improvement. It's all exceptional. We're here to present you with a annual pass, a family membership to Zoo Tampa. It's a great time, and it's a great cause because we save the natural world while you save the human world. So congratulations again, and we hope you enjoy that in good health.
Thank you so much. Thank you very
Good morning, firefighter. Mike MacArthur, Steps Towing Service. Job well done. I don't know if you've had the pleasure to attending any of the Fireman of the Year banquets yet.
Just one.
Okay, well, this group knows how to party.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you a night out in our company limousine. So if you want to show up in style at the banquet or whatever you need it for, tonight out, and a dinner on us. On behalf of Todd Stepp and Steps Towing, congratulations. Keep up the great work. Thank you for everything.
It's always a pleasure to work with you.
Morning. Good morning again, Council Pete Brevy on behalf of Busch Gardens and Adventure Island. Driver engineer Thomas Matthew Russell. I was gonna throw the fire department at the end of it.
It's a ton of first names, all mixed together.
Good call. I just wanted to say thank you for what you do for the community each and every day, and not only what you do, what you're going to continue to do in the future. And I can't wait to see some TikTok videos of you singing. Just throwing that out there, Chief. So, on behalf of Busch Gardens, we're going to give you 4 tickets to your for you and your family to come to Busch Gardens or Adventure Island. And if you want to bring the crew, I have more tickets.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Morning, Council, Chief, Chief Engineer, Driver. Congratulations, yes, and to your family for all of their sacrifice and support of you and your efforts. Again, we have a tradition when somebody goes over and above at $1, and you certainly have done that with the support of your family and your colleagues, and we just thank you. Unfortunately, we don't have your ball, but this is a good one for pitchers. We got the name a little late, but we're going to get you that ball, that game ball, so you can have it. But you have that for some pitchers today. But thank you for all that you do for our community.
Thank you so much.
Driver, engineer, Thomas Matthew Russell.
You did great.
Congratulations. On behalf of Tampa Theater, I'm honored to give you the gift of a membership so you can enjoy a date night at the movies, some candies, popcorn, and free tour of the theater.
I
Thank
love
you so
the
much.
Tampa Theater.
Thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thank you so much.
you're doing it right. You're handing this stuff off.
I was coached.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You ever heard of the phrase "singing for your supper"?
Oh, boy, don't.
I wouldn't put you on the spot.
Yeah, with the
I'm just
tears and
asking-
all, it's gonna be crackly.
See, I just asked if you'd heard of it.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm not gonna make you do that, but I am gonna challenge you. See, I gave the police, Sean, I gave him a double certificate for a Yummy House, but that, you can go there, but you have to take your crew.
Absolutely.
All right, and the chief. See, they're already taking some of your stuff here, but you'll have to contact me for the other gift certificates, okay? Is that all right?
Yes, sir.
On behalf of Meat Market and Old Hyde Park, we're gonna provide you with a $100 gift certificate. You can go enjoy yourself. Don't take the whole crew there.
That'll get pricey.
Yeah.
That's a good,
Just take-
that's a nice place.
just
I've been
take-
there.
Just take your wife, so. And mom, if you like.
I'd bring mom.
Don't forget about mom. On behalf of the Chicho Restaurant Group, we're providing you with a $50 gift certificate, your choice of any one of their restaurants. It doesn't look like you need to go to the Y, but you can go to the Y. And the Yummy House gift certificate, we're gonna give you an additional $50 so you can take your crew.
I'm blessed. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Straight through the people.
I just short-circled the process.
I like it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You recognized, you said hello to mom, you recognized everybody you work with, but you didn't introduce us to the person who lets you go every morning to go to
That's
work.
right. My beautiful fiance, Shannon.
Don't tell me,
Yeah.
tell everybody.
Tell the world. It's being recorded.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, make up for it now. Okay, you gotta listen to these guys now. Excuse me, and lady.
Congratulations and thank you every time you put on that uniform and the work that you do. It's clear that you're passionate, you love this job, you love your team members, your crew, everything that you do. Beautiful speech, heartfelt, and it was real. It just shows who you are, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Any council members? Councilman Carlson.
Yeah, thank you for all you do to keep us safe and your colleagues, but can you tell us where we can hear you sing, or are you on YouTube?
Yes, well, our chief put together the Hometown Heroes Chorus. There's 7 of us currently, including another member of my crew, Sophia Cardenas, who is not a bass like me, obviously. But
And do you sing outside of that too, in any other venues? Like how,
we do. We sing mostly the national anthem is a great way to use our services. So we do that, and the more recent time, the Pediatric 5K this Saturday, which benefits our pediatric burn camp for Tampa Fire, will be kicking off the race with the national anthem.
Great, thank you so much.
You bet. Thank you.
Councilman Good.
You know, as he stood up to the lectern, you could feel his heart. It was true. You could feel his heart. He was emotional about it because he loved what he's doing. He loves the people, and I could feel it. And that tells me he's a very godly person because I could feel that spirit in you. So congratulations on your award today, and keep up the good work, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Councilman Hurtado.
Yeah, thank you as well. I'm still, when people cry, I tend to get teary. So it's obviously the passion is there, and I think it's wonderful how you've created something, a way to educate your colleagues using video. There's something about seeing instead of reading that always is wonderful, and I commend you for creating that and continuing to help people that you work with and the community.
Thank you.
Councilman Vieira, Councilman.
Yes, thank you very much for all that you do. You mentioned your parents very prominently, which if you want to get me, I joke about Cuban Americans, whether yellers or criers. I'm a crier, and I'm very proud of that. You mentioned your parents, and they should be proud that they raised a son who is not only brave and has gone on to do great things, but also wears his heart on his sleeve. For me, that's really important. And you obviously do that. So for your parents watching, just they ought to be just about as proud of that as you're being a firefighter. Thank you.
Again, thank you very much. What Vieira says true. I'm not a crier, only when I get hit. But I appreciate everything you say. You speak from the heart, and I think the emotion comes when you have so many things in your brain. You're trying to digest it to come out, that the tears come out first. But it's appreciative of what you do, and especially when you talk about your mother. And those are the great things that you and your squad and the fire department has, that when you go to a rescue call or something of that nature, no matter how bad that individual, he or she feels, when they see you arrive, they feel 50% better. Thank you very much for what you all do on a daily basis.
Thank you. All of the good decisions I've made have been because of God, my family, and my support system. So I consider the fire department to be one of the best that I've ever made.
Did you make your girlfriend, and you said that you, organization you made, she hasn't made any to you.
Can we zoom in on that ring?
That's free advertising, I just made.
My fiance, yes.
I know that. Thank you.
Very good. Congratulations. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You're okay?
Yes, sir. Good to see you.
You got it. Got a story.
Good. Somebody's messing with my phone.
Yeah.
These guys are always playing games.
You know.
See you later.
They work hard, but they're awful slow sometimes.
You too.
And of course, council, we all know Nurse Tiffany, who kept us safe during COVID, and fire department and police department. Thank you, Nurse Tiffany. Mr. Chair and council members.
What number are you on?
Pardon?
What number are you on?
Oh. Sorry.
No, we're going to number 4.
If I may, I wanted to make sure Fred is not here for 5. Okay, good. So he had to leave early, so so Warren, you're up, buddy. We'll go. Yes, sir.
All right.
Pleasure to see you all start, and then we'll give it to you. We'll
Councilman Vieira, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It is a great pleasure to be here today to honor a great son of Tampa who means so much to this city, Warren Hope Dawson. You know, he's the kind of guy that we always look for reasons to try to honor. And I read, I think it was in La Gaceta, that Warren had just written his memoirs, and I looked him up on the Florida Bar, and it's been 55 years since he joined the Florida Bar, so that's a reason to honor this great guy. And we honor him for so many reasons. I'm honoring Mr. Dawson as an attorney because he's a wonderful colleague, but just a great individual. I'm going to very briefly go through his biography and some of his achievements, which if you don't know about this guy, it's going to blow you away. He graduated from Florida A&M University. Thereafter, in 1961 to 1963, he would join the United States Army. 2 years before the Voting Rights Act, he would leave. In 1966, he would graduate from Howard University College of Law. 2 years, I believe, after Delano Stewart did, your fellow Allen Temple AME congregant. He would become an attorney. He would become our first African-American assistant city attorney here in the city of Tampa. That's a big deal. That's a very, very big deal. But what this guy would go on to do with this law degree is really, really remarkable. He would start on a 27-year journey in the matter of Manning versus the Hillsborough County School Board to desegregate our public schools here in Hillsborough County. 24 out of those 27 years, he didn't receive a penny for his work. And being an attorney, that doesn't always happen. He would go on in a seminal voting rights case here in the city of Tampa by the name of Warren versus City of Tampa, which would lead to the creation of single-member districts. Before, all districts for county commission and for the city of Tampa were citywide, which would disadvantage a lot of Latinos and African Americans. And Mr. Dawson would sue to make sure that that happens. He would be the first African American in a runoff in a Hillsborough County race since Reconstruction. I believe it was in 1970. He would join the and how can we forget? 1990, Mr. Dawson led a lawsuit that, in my opinion, and in all of our opinion, took such great courage when he would find that the Ye Mystic crew of Gasparilla had no African American members. And this man right here, 32 years ago, spoke truth to power and said that's not right. And he used his law degree to make wrongs right in that regard. He would go on to have an elementary school named after him in 2017 in Riverview by our school board, and he would shortly thereafter be elected to Judicial Council of the National AME Church, which I would think gives you a good view on what inspires this man, which is his religious faith. He has a memoir that is out where he tells about all these remarkable things that he has done throughout his life. So for this and so much more, it is my great pleasure and our great pleasure to honor Mr. Warren Hope Dawson with a Tampa City Council commendation for his fight for justice, equity, truth here in the city of Tampa. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
If you want to say anything there.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
I am honored by this recognition, and I should take a moment, though, to say that it was 55 years ago that I stood in these chambers and signed on as an assistant city attorney, where I served for approximately 5 or 6 years. And on the other hand, I've been in these chambers when I made presentations on behalf of Muhammad Ali, trying to make it possible for him to fight in Curtis Hickson Hall. A shot that was denied, but we made the effort anyway. So I have spent a lot of time trying to make this city a diverse city, and we've gotten diversity as a result, and so I'm pleased with what has happened and what continues to happen in that regard. I have not proceeded with this law degree to try to make every dime that I could. On the other hand, I've tried to follow the idea that I should not do all the good for the client without doing some good for myself.
Nothing wrong with that. I get it.
And a combination of the two has brought me to this point. So at 82 years old now, I am 82. I didn't say I was 82. Well, anyway, practicing law for 56 years in this city. And I'm pleased to have called this my home. I'm originally from Mulberry, in case you don't know where that is, over in Polk County. But I wanted to make mention also of the military service. I was in the Cuban Missile Crisis as an officer in the United States Army back in 1962, 63. The closest that we ever came previous to now with going to war with Russia. So I'm pleased about that also. Now I should tell you that if you take a look at my book, you will find out that I too can sing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And now, counsel, and now God bless you.
Sir, it's truly an honor, to be here with you, a legend, a living legend. And I've heard of your name my whole life, and I never met you until I bumped into you about a month ago at a cigar shop. You and another former council member just hanging out, and I heard the name, and I'm going, this is the guy. This is the gentleman that I've read about. Councilman Vieira, thank you for presenting this and talking about your service over half a century to this community, everything that you've been a part of, everything that you've done. You've always fought for the right thing. You've always fought for the underdog. You always, you were there to do right by the people. And we can't thank you enough for your 55-plus years of service, not only to the city, to this community, to the country. I mean, you're a, what is it, a man for all seasons kind of thing? And we can't express our appreciation enough for all that you've done and accomplished. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Councilman Carlson.
Yeah, thank you so much for all you've done. Thank you for Councilman Rivera for bringing you here today. I could sit and listen to you for hours, Mr. Dawson. So if you, I'll ask my legislative aide if you have any speeches coming up or any talks, I would love to just sit and listen to your stories because they sound fascinating. Thank you so much for all you've done.
Councilman Moran.
Thank you. My friend, Mr. Dawson, you know, we come from the same era, really. And the roads weren't always paved so nicely for individuals like yourself and myself at that time. Yes, you had to live in a district, but you had to run citywide. Am I correct?
That's
that
right.
made it very difficult to get elected. And thank you for doing the work that you've done and make sure that those days from yesterday are gone forever. You always took the step to help people, no matter who they were, what color they were, in the right direction. And from the bottom of my heart, I've known you for a long time. Thank you and all your friends for doing what they did. Some of the things that we take for granted now were not, they were made of granted then because you couldn't go through them. They were very hard to go through and have the same opportunities everyone had. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you very much for everything you've done.
Councilman Cedra.
Surely. Thank you, Mr. Dawson. Thank you. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for being a leader. Thank you for being an innovator. Thank you for making Tampa a better place to live. Thank you, Mr. Dawson.
Councilman Hurtak. Councilman Good.
Thank you so much for all you've done. I echo Councilman Carlson. I would love to hear more stories, but what you have brought to this community is something that I know that every individual community has someone who's done so much, done the work, but you have done so much work, and we appreciate everything you've done to help bring this community forward and into the 20th century. I look forward to learning more about you.
Councilman.
Brother Dawson, the word trailblazer comes to mind. I know the work you've done. I've heard the stories. I've seen you. I've watched you. And when you get an opportunity just to see you up here today, looking sharp and dapper as always, with that bow tie, being able to stand tall, stand strong, looking 82 years strong, you know that you've done the work. You put the work in for many people, but especially my people. I have to say that. Because when you were fighting for all people, you definitely was fighting for my people. And you've always done that. Be it they can't pay, you stood tall, stood strong to help those who couldn't help themselves. Through any situation. So I have to say thank you, Trailblazer, for the work you've done for this community and for my people. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And so it is my pleasure to give this Tampa City Council commendation, Mr. Dawson. It's funny, I was remembering the first time we met, it was 11 years ago, Tammy Bryant Spratling I saw here. There's a great movie on YouTube by the name of, remember, Before the Law Was Equal, where he is interviewed by Tammy and many others. I was supposed to interview Mr. Dawson, but my son was 2.5 and was having a bad day, and I was with him, and he was crying a lot. So somebody has to substitute for me, but that's how we met, which is funny. But it is my pleasure, sir, to give this commendation to you, sir, as a friend and as a colleague. You are loved. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you. Oh, yes, sir. There you go.
Thank you very
And we'll
much.
send them to you. Thank you, sir. God bless you. Thank you. There. And thank you very much. And next, go on to the next one, if I may. Next, I'd like to call up everybody with our Equal Justice Initiative project. Y'all could come on up. Okay. I see here, we have here Shalette Davis with the portico, Amber Mara with the portico. We have here Pastor Justin Larosa with the portico. Mr. Fred Hearns was here, but unfortunately had to leave early. We have here Tammy Bryant Spratling with Community Tampa Bay, and Robert Blount with A. Brown Ministries, who's there. Good to see you, my friend. Well, this is not for a commendation. I had scheduled this for a presentation. We have been working as an organization and as a group on bringing a marker from the Equal Justice Initiative, Brian Stevenson's organization, which is in Montgomery, Alabama, that talks about our acute and painful history here in the city of Tampa and here in Hillsborough County during Jim Crow, specifically focusing on racial lynchings that occurred during the end of Reconstruction all the way to the end of formal Jim Crow. It was Florida, not Mississippi, not Alabama, that had the highest per capita rate of lynchings during this time, and certainly the city of Tampa and Hillsborough County was not immune from that. So we have a great coalition that I'm going to let speak briefly to talk about the great work that they've done, because our marker has finally been approved, and it should be up around July of this year, and it's going to be on the Riverwalk. And I'll let some of the folks here talk, and Pastor, if you'd like to come up, or whoever, Robert, Tammy, there you go. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you.
Good morning, Council. Thank you for having us this morning. I'm Robert Blount, President of A. Brown Ministries. I want to share a little bit about the Equal Justice Initiative, EJI, as it is most popularly known, is a private 501c3 organization founded by Brian Stevenson in 1989. Not sure if you saw the movie Just Mercy, but the movie was based on Brian Stevenson's book and is a great depiction of the great work of EJI. EJI provides legal representation to people who have been illegally convicted, unfairly sentenced, or abused in state jails and prisons. Running a 40-year plus prison ministry, we actually have had some mutual clients that we've worked with right here in our community, whom EJI has represented, one of whom just recently joined our board of directors, and looking forward to working with him. EJI provides research and recommendations to assist advocates and policymakers in the critically important work of criminal justice reform. The organization is also committed to changing the narrative about race in America. In 2018, EJI opened the Legacy Museum from Enslavement to Mass Incarceration and the National Memorial for Peace and Justice as part of its national effort to create new spaces, markers, memorials that address the legacy of slavery, lynching, and racial segregation, which shapes many issues today. I encourage you to visit the museum and memorial if you have not done so already. Mr. Hearns, who had to step out, was going to speak more specifically about EJI's Remembrance Project. Councilman, you've already sort of mentioned this, but we have been working and assembling together. It's kind of funny, each of us visited the museum and memorial independently and basically signed an interest form that we would like to reclaim our memorial in our community. And EJI did the work really of connecting us together, and here we are collectively in the community making this happen. And so we are excited to be working towards erecting the memorial to recognize Robert Johnson, who is just one of several who were lynched in Hillsborough County, and make sure that the price that these individuals paid does not go unforgotten, and also to make sure that the families, to the best of our ability, understand that the community stands with them. I just also want to say there's an educational and awareness component to this, and I know that Mr. Hearns is working very closely with Hillsborough County Public Schools on an essay contest to make sure we achieve that piece. This is a national movement, and we are very proud to be a part of the movement and to bring this recognition and memorial to our community here in Tampa. So thank you for your leadership, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Robert.
Good morning, my name is Tammy Bryant Spratling, and I come as a resident of the city of Tampa in Hillsborough County. It's so great to see a woman. Thank you for being here. I want to just take a moment to tell you a little bit about Mr. Robert Johnson. He was the 5th of 5 racial terror lynchings here in Hillsborough County. He was arrested in the 1930s and held by City of Tampa police for questioning. The charge or the allegation was assault of a white woman, one of the worst types of allegations that could happen during that time. After intense investigation and interrogation, he was found not to be responsible for that, and also that there was no evidence to indicate that he assaulted a white woman. However, he was still held in the jail and was released in the darkness of night. He was released after midnight, and sometime between 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning, he was driven, him and Mr. Graves, who was a deputy constable or serving as a deputy constable. In fact, he didn't have authority to serve in that capacity. Mr. Graves took him out of the jail, and as soon as they were out of the jail down here in downtown Tampa, they were met by about 12 different cars who drove them to the Hillsborough River near Hillsborough Avenue and Sly Avenue. Mr. Johnson was removed from the vehicle and shot multiple times, killed on the scene. This was an act of extrajudicial justice taken by residents just like you and I, rather than people who upheld the law. This was outside of the rule of law, and this was not an act of justice at all, in fact. And so what this marker represents is an opportunity for us as a community, first to recognize Mr. Johnson and the other folks who were murdered as part of racial terror lynchings. And additionally, we have the opportunity as a community to recognize that this type of extrajudicial process has no place in a moral society. We're so grateful, as Mr. Vieira indicated today, that our marker has been approved and it will sit on the banks of the Hillsborough River, not down by the Riverwalk, and is a beautiful location right next to the Fortune Taylor Bridge. We hope that future generations will take a look at this marker, read and understand what happened to Mr. Johnson and the other 4 racial terror lynching victims here in Hillsborough County, and have a moment of reflection by the water, because the water was oftentimes the location where racial terror lynchings occurred. Many, in fact, over 4,000 documented lynchings by Equal Justice Initiative. And we also know, though, that the water can be healing. And the water can be an opportunity to wash away the sins of a community. So we're super grateful for this opportunity, and thank you for having us this morning.
Thank you, Tammy. And Pastor Larosa. And before, if I forgot to mention, I could not forget Representative Fentress Driscoll, who's been such a critical part of this. She couldn't be here today, of course, but Representative Driscoll, go ahead.
Thank you. Really grateful to be here. My name's Justin Larosa. I'm one of the ministers at Hyde Park United Methodist and the director of the Portico downtown. I've known Robert Blunt for a long time and got to know a little bit about EJI really by chance. He called me and said, hey, let's show this Brian Stevenson film at the Portico. This is January 2020, which was right before the pandemic. We had 125 people come and watch that documentary. We wanted to start the work of racial reconciliation. Now, I told I wasn't have a lot of time. It's hard for a preacher to talk in 2 minutes or less, but I'm going to hit the bullet points. Here they are. Number one, some theologians say that the original sin is rooted in depravity, and perhaps it is. But I want to also suggest to you that it's rooted in forgetfulness. We forget who we are. We forget who God is, and we forget who we're called to be. And this is the soil near where he was lynched. And we gathered that, and we prayed over that, and we took that to Alabama on March 4th, the only active verb in the whole year. And we went on a pilgrimage together to learn, to go to the Legacy Museum. And me, as a white person, you can't escape the original sin of slavery. And so it's powerful. And we will do this every year on the weekend near March 3rd and 4th. We will get the next soil, and we will deliver it to the museum that is showing up there in Montgomery, Alabama. I encourage you to check it out and be transformed, because when we remember, we don't repeat. Really appreciate for your support. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Vieira, for bringing this forward, and all the speakers today. If anybody is ever interested I invite you to walk with me to Oakland Cemetery, which is just a few blocks north of here. A lot of Tampa pioneers are buried there, names like Ebor, names of the streets that are in downtown. I can tell you who's who and whatnot, but there are specific grave markers where you'll see lynched, where you'll see a slave without a name because they didn't for whatever reason they didn't know or they didn't have the name. And amongst those graves is Madam Fortune Taylor. And you brought up the Fortune Taylor Bridge, which the previous council renamed from Laurel Street Bridge. It used to be Fortune Street Bridge. But who was Madam Fortune Taylor? She was a former slave that owned about 30 plus acres of land in this area around the Strads and whatnot. So if this marker is going to be along the Riverwalk, know that it will be on the land of a woman who was a slave, who was a landowner and died highly respected in this community, and her name lives on because the bridge now has the name restored to Madam Fortune Taylor Bridge. But you think about the horrible history of the Jim Crow era, innocent people, like you mentioned, people, private individuals taking, the law into their own hands and murdering individuals that were found not guilty, found not responsible, and still they were made to suffer. But, the pastor mentioned it, forgetfulness. We can't forget that history. That's why I say, come with me to the cemetery. I invite people laugh at me. Why do you spend so much time in the cemetery? Because that's where the history is at. That's where the stories are at. That's where the names are at. And there's a saying that I love, and it says, we die twice. Once when we take our last breath, and a second time when someone speaks our name for the last time. And when we say the name Robert Johnson, or we say the name Fortune Taylor, or anybody from that era and before, we keep those memories alive. And we avoid that forgetfulness. We always remind ourselves and future generations the importance of this history so that history is not repeated. So I thank you very much for your presentation. Do any council members have anything to say? No? Well,
Mr. Chair, if you do
Councilman
not
Seacher,
mind.
Councilman Hurtak. Yes.
I thank you and your organization. I've known a few of you for years now. Thank you for bringing awareness to our community. If people don't know, they can't understand. And without understanding, of course, we have fear. So thank you for being pioneers and bringing this information to us so that we may learn. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Councilwoman Hurtak.
Thank you as well. I think it's really important to learn our history and share it, and really looking forward to reading the marker, learning more about the people who were killed unnecessarily. Thank you.
Councilman Ryan.
As Mr. Historian, he knows, and he didn't take credit, but he's the one that led the charge to change the name of the bridge. So he didn't say it, so I'm saying that for him. He was too modest, I guess, to say it. But we want to thank each and every one. See, in history, there's no tomorrow, there's no history. And sometimes history is not pleasant. And what you're bringing out are the facts of history. So tomorrow and the next following day and forever will be a much better life for all of us. Thank you very much for everything you all have done.
Councilman Carlson.
Yeah, thank you all for what you're doing, and for Councilmember Vieira for bringing you all here. It's important, as they said, to understand history and make sure history doesn't repeat itself in whatever form going forward. We need to make sure we teach the lessons to our kids, and some folks in leadership too need to understand the lessons of what's happened in the past and how it relates to today. I want to say I'm a proud member of the Hyde Park United Methodist Church, which owns the Portico, and that church has a huge social justice program that Justin runs at the Portico. And if anybody watching needs to have coffee one day, support a social enterprise,
There you go.
which also incubates nonprofits, and the nonprofits there, Love Inc. and others, they help people who are on the street and about to lose their home or houseless, and they've helped people in lots of ways. But they have a venue there, and they have food, and and coffee, and it's a great place to meet, and just lots of remarkable things that are going on. And I could say the same about each of your organizations, but since I'm involved in that one, I wanted to make sure to congratulate them. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you for your time and for coming down today and speaking. Thank you. Yep.
Mr. Knapp. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Chair, council members, today we are here to present a commendation to a woman who has left us far too early. She was a great woman, a fine, upstanding woman, and she left us way too early. She gave to this community time and time again. And even after her passing, which came way too early, she is still giving. I would like to have Mr. Canassi come up and tell us a lot more about Adele Sandra Burnett. Mr. Canassi.
Thank you, Council. As many of you know, I worked on Wall Street for about 40 years, and in 35 of those 40 years, Adele Burnett was my client. And through that 35-year relationship, we became very good friends. I retired 3 years ago, but still stayed in contact with Adele because our relationship went far beyond client. It was a great friendship. I got a call from her in September that she was at Tampa General Hospital and needed to see me immediately and wanted me to bring her a state attorney, who I had actually referred her to, along with me. She wouldn't talk to me over the phone about what was going on, but obviously I knew it wasn't good. So we went immediately the next morning, and Adele told us that she had just been diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And she had opted to not have treatment because, ironically enough, her significant other had gone through the same situation and opted for treatment and suffered greatly for a period of 8 to 9 months, and she didn't want to do that. So she instructed the attorney that she wanted everything updated on her will, and wanted me to be her executor, and wanted to create a donor advised fund with 90% of her estate. And the estate was not small. So that was done, and I am the executor of that donor advised fund. So for those of you that are not familiar with a donor advised fund, basically the money falls out of the estate into this fund. The fund is managed by Morgan Stanley, and I, as the executor, direct what charities can benefit from the fund. They have to be a 501c3 public charity. There were about a dozen charities that Adele named that she wanted me to honor, and that's been done. I wanted to tell you, and I have some names here, some of the charities, and to date, by the way, we have already awarded over $2.6 million to various charities across the Tampa Bay area. There's a lot more to come, a lot more. To date, some of the charities: Academy Prep Foundation, Boys and Girls Clubs of Tampa Bay, Big Brothers Big Sisters, the Children's Cancer Center, Feeding Tampa Bay, Friends of Tampa Firefighters, the Gold Shield Foundation, Hillsborough Community College Foundation, Hillsborough County Fire Rescue Foundation, Humane Society of Tampa, Jewish Community Center of Tampa, Judeo-Christian Health Clinic, Lion's Eye Institute, the Lustgarten Foundation, which, by the way, is for pancreatic cancer research, Make-A-Wish, Metropolitan Ministries, Presbyterian Learning Centers of Tampa Bay, Quantum Leap Farm, Redefining Refuge, which saves children from sex trafficking, St. Jude's, St. Vincent de Paul, the Santiago Education Foundation,
Shriners Hospitals, Southeastern Guide Dogs, the Spring of Tampa Bay, the Straz Center, Tampa Bay Police Benevolent Association, Tampa Firefighters Charity Fund, University of South Florida Foundation, Voices for Children of Tampa Bay, WEDU TV. I didn't name all of them, I just gave you some highlights. We will continue to do good. As those of you that know me know that I'm very passionate about my community. My family and I came here in 1961 from our native Cuba, and we were just four of us, my mother, my father, my brother, and I. And our friends and neighbors became our family, and Tampa sort of adopted us and took us in. And I've always been extremely grateful for that. And my mission in life, once I got into my career and by the grace of God did very well and been retired now for 3 years, my pledge was always to give back to the community for all that it gave to me. This gesture by Adele Burnett has obviously enhanced that goal. And so we will continue to do good in the community. I will be continuing to recognize your police officers of the month and your firefighters of the quarter through the fund. And we expect to do many more great things across the community. Adele Burnett was an only child. She never married. So about 10% of her estate went to some cousins and some close friends, and the rest of it went into the Donor Advised Fund. And we are extremely excited to continue to make an impact in the Tampa Bay community.
Simon, Ms. Burnett is an amazing woman. As long as she and her estate keep contributing to the things that matter to her the most, she will always be alive. Tampa City Council presents to Adele Sandra Burnett. Miss Adele Burnett called Tampa home since 1957 and was a graduate of the University of South Florida. We celebrate her extensive financial career at the University of South Florida, then Moffitt Cancer Center, having also served on the Council on Gubernatorial Relations and the National Council of Research Administrators. She passed away on October 19, 2021. She will always be remembered for her charisma, her endearing smile, and her philanthropy. She leaves a legacy of love across the city of Tampa by giving part of her estate to various charitable organizations across the community, including Humane Society, Tampa Jewish Family Services, to the USF students, to the city of Tampa firefighters and police officers, to the charity that they name. Tampa City Council commends and honors the life of Adelia Sandra Burnett with this commendation on the 12th day of April, 2022. Thank you.
Mr. Canassi, my grandmother and my mother left Cuba in 1961, just like your family. And from what my mother tells me, I think our families have been friends for 50 years, more.
60.
She remembers you from high school, and that was, the other day. But they've always spoken very highly of you and your entire family. I'm glad that Adele Burnett trusts you as executor because it's in good hands. The money's going where it needs to go. You're an honest individual to do right by her wishes. I don't think she could have chosen a better person. We appreciate you. And you look at all the people that she's helped. I said earlier, we die twice, when we take our last breath and when somebody says our name for the last time. She'll live for a long, long time, helping people that she never knew, but giving. You said 90% going to charity, going to people in need. The impact on this community that she's made and is going to continue making is enormous. So we appreciate you. I didn't know who this person was. I heard of her the first time at the Firefighters Gala. when you got on stage and you spoke her name, but we appreciate, you know, the work that you're doing and the service to this community, so thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anybody on council? Councilman Miranda.
Simon, I appreciate everything you've done, you and your whole family. I've had the pleasure of serving with your mother when she was the queen, and I was the king at that era. And she was a very nice lady, and she talked very highly about you, although I didn't tell her that I knew you that well. But she was a trip. She could really handle the things that I see how you can handle these things, because your mother is the one that I believe instilled the basics of life into you and gave you the direction in which you've succeeded very highly in. And it's been a pleasure of knowing you. You continue to do good work. God bless you and your family.
Thank you. There's no doubt I am my mother's son.
And Simon, it's a real great pleasure to see you and the cause that you're, you know, every day advocating for, be honored. I think very, very highly of you. My family had you beat by 1 year. We were 1960, not 1961. You know, I know one of the things you're proudest of is your involvement for first responders because of your son, Alex. And I know you're so proud of your son. I see him out there all the time. He's one of the most enthusiastic firefighters out there, among many enthusiastic firefighters. And I know he always makes you proud. You're a friend. I love to talk with you all the time, and we have a lot of things in common, and the things that we don't have in common are overtaken tremendously by the things that we do have in common. So, and I look forward to seeing you this Saturday for the Bay of Pigs. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Councilman Carlson.
Yeah, thank you to all you do quietly that most people don't see, all the great things you do in the community. And thank you for being a guide to all of us throughout West Tampa, from Argoitas to all the other great places out there. And
don't forget Cacciatore's.
Cacciatore's, yeah. Sorry, you just became an investor in that or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay. Congratulations on that. Yeah, you've been a serial or multiple entrepreneur besides your investing days. So thank you for investing in the private sector and entrepreneurship and building up businesses as well. And I'm glad to see you in this new role. What a great way to honor your friend. And also it's fun to see you being able to give away money and touch the organizations that you love. Thank you.
Councilman.
Well, although I didn't know Ms. Burnett, I don't know you, Mr. Canassis, I know that this had to be a great lady to give her money to people. And when people give, they give from the heart. And for her to want you, her lifelong friend, to be an executive, she knew that you give to the right organization, the right people. So bless you on what you're doing and continued success on it, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to echo everyone in saying thank you for what you're doing. And with great honor also comes great responsibility. And it sounds like you are the right person to take that responsibility on and pass along her gift to the community. And I just want to say thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
And I would be remiss if I didn't say that, first of all, Councilwoman Hurtak, congratulations. You know, even though I want to piggyback on what Councilman Vieira said, we may not always agree, and that's okay. It's America. But the one thing I will tell you that it is always with respect that I think of all of you, and that you know, you are underappreciated for the job that you have to do. You know, the pay isn't all that great, and it's a commitment and a passion, and it is appreciated from all of us. When we agree with you and when we don't agree with you, it still is appreciated. So thank you very much for your service. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, Councilman Miranda, number 7. We need a motion.
She just quoted Spider-Man, so.
Star Wars people. My office is Star Wars.
It's always nice to quote Spider-Man in a commendation.
Close. I don't bite yet. Mr. Chairman, council members, it's my pleasure today to make a presentation on behalf of Tampa City Council. You know, when you've been here for 25 years and you work in a position like Mr. Taylor does, it's so important to do what he has done for 25 years. It is Tampa City's Council's pleasure to present this combination to George Taylor Jr. for his untiring and outstanding contribution made to the citizens of the city of Tampa throughout his 25 years of service. Your commitment, sir, in making the city very enjoyable, safe environment for motorists and pedestrians required you to stay abreast of the industry standards. In other words, they keep changing and you got to keep learning and teaching the rest of us, as well as the advanced traffic management system. You will long be remembered in your efforts on behalf of the city. Tampa City Council commends you for your dedication to the city's traffic management center, and it's with deep regret that you're leaving. However, after 25 years, you want to spend some time fishing, I guess.
Well, I'm cruise ready.
And cruise ready. How about taking us with you?
Okay.
All right. Mr. V, and then I'll make the presentation.
Thank you, Councilman. Morning, Chair. Morning, Council. This is somewhat of a bittersweet moment. I know that George is really happy to be free enough to do as many cruises as he wants to, and we all know he has, but he leaves very big shoes to fill. So George, we called him Dr. George, by the way, at the Traffic Management Center, partly because George was the person responsible for training every new person that joined the traffic management team. Whether it was an engineer, a technician, or any other role, George was the person that trained them. He even had the unfortunate distinction of training me. Not much good that did, but George, you know, we heard about Sean Mahabir and his contributions to special events earlier today with TPD. There's a slew of different teams from various city departments that work in the background to support TPD and others in special events. George is one of those. I think just about every Gasparilla for the 24 years that he's been working for the city, he's been behind the console, adjusting traffic signal timings, making sure that evacuation patterns were set in case of an emergency. Thankfully, we've never had to use those. He's one of those team members that you never typically see, but is very consequential to the results on the ground. So we're gonna miss you, George. It's been great working with you, and I'll try to learn a lot of the things that you've taught us.
Ms. Duncan?
Thank you, members of council.
And George, again, it is a bittersweet moment today. I just want to say that George is part of the team that we used to call the Traffic Management Center. We still do. But that Traffic Management Center is part of our new Smart Mobility Division. And the reason we changed that name is because George and his colleagues have been a big part of evolving us into the 21st century of using big data. They've started connecting with Waze. George was involved with our Advanced Traffic Management Center transition from our old software to the new software and all of the infrastructure that's going on. The connected vehicle technology with autonomous vehicles. So George has been part of that team that has taken us into the 21st century and getting us up to speed on all those new advances we can utilize to make our roadways safer, manage our traffic congestion better, manage our speeds better. And so I want to thank him for all his contributions, and he's going to be sorely missed. But I know he won't be shedding any tears on those cruises, so thank you, George.
Here's your accommodation, Doctor. I'm sorry I called you Mr. Dr. George, and for all the work you do. And as things change, you have, like they say, Gasparilla and everything else. Everything changes. Those systems got to change, and you're the one that works diligently to make sure that the city is safe in traffic management. Thanks again for all your 25 years of service.
I was going to say, council members, thank you for the opportunity for being able to learn and develop a passion for moving the traffic in the city of Tampa for our ultimate boss, which is the citizens. And that's been my goal, working in traffic management. And I want to thank my former bosses, the opportunity to grow enough to be able to argue with them loudly and long, all for the benefit of the motorist. And I appreciate this honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir.
So George was with the city for about 25 years, the last 5 of which I had the pleasure of working with him on. My name is Brandon Campbell. I'm the manager of the Smart Mobility Division. And one of the things that George used to say to me a lot was, I'm keeping you out of trouble. He was a very proactive employee, but he also served as a great backstop when it came to our engineering decisions. And I just want to say, thanks, George. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks again, George, for everything you've done for 25 years. God bless you, and when you go sailing, don't forget, give us a call.
Well, they have my number. They've used it twice already.
Now, I want to number your ticket so we can go on the cruise with you.
You've got it.
Take care, brother.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. Happy retirement.
Can I say hello to my mom?
Sure.
Absolutely. All right. Are they ready? All right. Got to hand the gavel over. How you doing? How are you? How are you? So these are the folks from El Gallo de Oro in West Tampa over in Fiesta Plaza. I think we've all been there. Anytime anybody in the family was sick, chicken soup from El Gallo, that's where you go. A staple in West Tampa, our community, our neighborhood. You're going to be relocating to a different spot. Where are you going exactly?
I don't know yet,
Okay.
but I'm going to keep you guys posted.
All right. Well, you'll be missed. The food is always great. The people are even better. We appreciate, when you have a restaurant, you're married to that restaurant. You are there working and, serving the community, and you're going to be missed. My grandmother introduced me to El Gallo when I was a kid, so it's, the words coming out of our mouth, for years and years and years. But we have this commendation from Tampa City Council, signed by everybody, and I'll just read it quickly. Presented to El Gallo de Oro, that has been a permanent fixture in West Tampa for 35 years. The family-owned and operated Cuban restaurant is known for its thick sandwiches and stacked dinner platters, and a great chicken salad that I asked you guys to make, which was really, not on the menu, but it was very, very good.
Yeah, the Guido salad.
The Guido salad. It's keto-friendly, so if you're carb-mindful, I found a West Tampa way to do keto. The restaurant located in Fiesta Plaza created a space for our residents to enjoy delicious food and camaraderie for decades. Despite closing of their doors, which had to be a very difficult decision to make, the impact of your family's incredible contributions to our community will be remembered for years to come. And it is our honor, profound honor and privilege, to present El Gallo de Oro with this commendation on the 12th day of April, 2022.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Go ahead.
I just want to say thank you to everybody, and me being a 4th-generation Tampanian and being able to be honored to be married to this woman and them show me the ropes, and to be able to take that restaurant and be able to do what we did for how long we had it. I just want to say every person that walked through that door was considered family, and to this day, when I walk anywhere in West Tampa or anywhere in Tampa, you are always going to be in my community. This is my foundation, and it's who we are. So thank you so much, guys.
Yes, best place to live. You guys took us, same stories like Vieira, Canassi, my family migrated here in 1980, and you guys accepted us with open arms, and you became our family. So that's why we fight so hard. And no matter what, wherever I move, I'm still going to be ruffling feathers here in Tampa and rallying people up. So
thank you so much, guys. We
thank
love you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you. And anybody want to say anything? Anybody? I will. I got to know you all about a year and a half ago, during all of the Cuba marches that we had. Our friend Tony Garcia connected us, and we immediately clicked. You guys are good people. You're very good, hardworking people, and you guys are also a very nice family. You've let me in on some of y'all's neat traditions, including all your horror movie stuff, which I think is so cool, and all that. And you're very passionate about your beliefs. and very passionate about where you come from and your life journeys based upon that belief. And so are y'all actually moving to Ocala, I assume?
We're still, we still don't know.
In the air, we've been looking at different properties anywhere from Dade City to Palaca, but we've been keeping in consideration to stay closer to home, but at the same time, it's time to start our journey somewhere else.
I get it. Well, y'all will always be Tampa. I don't care where y'all move to, you will always be Tampa, because you guys are Tampa, 110%.
Thank you so much.
Y'all's life story is Tampa, and your journey is Tampa, and we're always gonna know you, and please ruffle feathers. No matter if I disagree or disagree, use your voices, because I think that's, I say that to every American. I think that's important. So thank you guys, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
And if Councilman Miranda, if you want to go ahead and do, sir, your, I thought you were taking pictures.
No.
Okay.
Councilman,
Next.
yeah, Councilman Vieira, yes, sir. Yeah, the chicken soup is fantastic. I mean, this big. If you have a cold, that's the.
It is my great pleasure, Mr. Chairman, to give a Tampa City Council commendation today to our Autism-Friendly Tampa Advisory Board in honor of what is Autism Awareness Month, April. Every single April throughout the year, we put a special emphasis on autism awareness, Mr. Chairman, and the many different facets of that, including the personal life stories of people who are dealing with this condition and family members who are dealing with this condition, and what better things we can do as a society and as a government, whether it's a federal government, state government, local government, to be more autism friendly. We know that under the past administration, we began a journey for making the city of Tampa autism friendly, which is something that I know that we all support, and that includes making sure that all of our departments are properly trained with proper sensitivity, etc., for people regardless of their sensory challenges. We have here a number of people here today from our City of Tampa Autism Friendly Tampa Advisory Board, including Kristen Nieves, Liz Burke, Christine Rover, Joyce Cotton, and Mr. Mark Fleming. Was Raquel able? What a shame. Raquel Pancho could not be here today. But this board does tremendous work here throughout our city of Tampa. It has provided valuable insight during the Parks and Recreation Master Plan meetings on how to make sure that all of our city of Tampa parks are autism and disability friendly. They included valuable recommendations on the design of the art component, as well as critical contributions for the new Tampa All Abilities Park, which will enhance access to parks and recreation for people with autism, as well as intellectual and other disabilities. The park has advocated for the inclusion of sensory relief zones during City of Tampa sponsored events, as well as Boom by the Bay, Santa Fest, and Super Bowl activities, and requested that the city establish a web page of resources to assist families and caregivers. They also assist our first responders in making sure that they are sensitive and highlighting the basic core critical needs of this population. So it is my great pleasure, Mr. Chairman and members of council, to give to the Autism Friendly Tampa Advisory Board a City of Tampa commendation. Who would like to accept this? Would you like to speak? Go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Liz Burke, and I'm here with CARD, the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities at USF. I'm honored to be here on behalf of the Autism Friendly Tampa Committee. For those who may be unfamiliar with this initiative, the committee was formed in 2017, and since then has worked towards making Tampa a safe and welcoming community for individuals with autism and their families. CARD has trained City of Tampa employees and other business professionals about autism and provided specific strategies to help people with ASD be more comfortable and successful on their community outings. And Councilman Vieira took a few of my talking points, but to name a few examples, many city attractions such as the Parks and Rec facilities now have social narratives and distract pack sensory kits available. We have equipped the Tampa Police Department and fire rescue teams with visual cue cards to facilitate communication with individuals with limited speech who may be in distress. We have been on site at many city-sponsored events, including Boom by the Bay and Santa Fest, to offer sensory support. And we have consulted on the design and features of the upcoming new Tampa Park. I would like to thank my fellow committee members, our champion and leader, Raquel Pancho, the entire city council, including Councilman Vieira and Mayor Castor. We look forward to continuing our partnership with the city of Tampa so that all of our community members can feel valued and included. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you, Councilmember Vieira, for bringing this up. I have a 9-year-old stepdaughter with severe autism, and of course now, you know, everybody lives here. My wife moved up here, and that was one of her biggest concerns because I have 2 stepdaughters, and the youngest one with autism lives with us. And it was, what are the services that Tampa offers? What kind of schools do we have? What kind of parks? What kind of facility? What can we do for her? And Tampa has so much. I mean, she came from Port Charlotte, which was very, very limited, but there's a great school. I take her early in the morning before I come here. And there are great parks, great facilities, great places. You know, my goal is that she has a life like any other kid and gets to enjoy all the things that all other kids get to enjoy. So I appreciate all that you do. It means a lot to me personally. Her name is Whitney. I call her the little princess, and she will be happy to tell you that she is the princess and happy to remind us all. But thank you for helping making her life happier and better. We appreciate it very much. Councilman Goods. Yeah.
You know, I experienced that about 4 or 5 years ago with one of my relatives and now another one. I'm hoping that your organization can get into communities, especially the black community, because we don't really know what autism really is at times. Because sometimes we've always been said that, oh, they're a little off, they're a little slow, not knowing the signs and symptoms of this disease. So I'm hoping that your organization can get it to neighborhood community associations, some of these marginalized schools that aren't really, what I feel are not really giving that extra help, or pushing those kids in a special class or here or there and not realizing the signs. Because once I got involved, many, many years ago, I was able to help one of my family members, and now I'm able to help another one because I saw some of the displays that they were exhibiting. They said, you need to go get them checked because I know what that is. So I'm hoping that your organization can do that because that is very, very well needed in some of my communities. So thank you again for coming.
Councilwoman Hurta.
I also want to thank you as a former elementary school teacher who specialized in a lot of areas of children who needed special attention. It's particularly nice to see that it is not just in the education realm anymore, and now that we're branching out to the community and really making, I'm thinking of it from a child's perspective, but from children and all members, to not just get that support in the education sphere, but also to get it everywhere. So thank you for all of your work.
Councilman Cedro.
Thank you very much. And Councilman Vieira, I know that you have been the champion on this, and congratulations for your hard work. I have a friend, a young friend named Grant, that is with autism. And every time he comes into town to visit his abuela, he has to get his hair cut by Joe. That's the first thing he wants to do. He is the most brilliant young man that I've ever met in my life. He has needs. Some people say special, I just say different. And these autistic children, if we don't know, we just don't know. And this education that we're helping with, especially the city of Tampa. Some of these children are sensitive to sounds. Some of them are sensitive to action. Some of them are sensitive to movement. So I thank you for your crusade. And Councilman Vieira, again, congratulations to you.
Councilman Moran.
Thank you. As council members have spoken, it's the individuals like yourselves who have given so much to help people have a quality fit what their needs are. And again, I want to say thank you to Councilman Vieira for his stalwart movement and making sure that the playgrounds all have the quality of fit so that they can play like anyone else. And what you guys do, it's really heartwarming, and thank you very much for the work that you do. God bless you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, just so you know, I have to slip out at 11:15.
Okay.
I'm introducing the police chief at the E-Board chamber.
Okay. We'll be here. Hanging out. No, we'll be done in 30 minutes or less.
Alta Bukhari, P.E. It's 36 years, I recall, that you started with the city of Tampa. And not because the people in your department are here, but what I've heard, not only from the department heads, from the people that work with you, you're going to be sorely, sorely missed. Yeah. They say you're very dedicated. You do things way and beyond things that you work on, and you make sure that everything is perfect. Not near perfect, but perfecto. There's a difference. So I'm not happy that you're leaving. The city council is not happy that you're leaving, but you are going to enjoy yourself and still be with us in the city of Tampa. It is Tampa City Council's pleasure to present this commendation to Alta Bukhari for his outstanding achievement, dedication, contribution, and ability to ensure Tampa 5 movable bridges, all the seawalls, and all the roadways are safe. Your 36 years of service to the city of Tampa is indicative of your loyalty and dedication to our residents, our visitors, business owners, and the attention and detail and expertise are vital to your success. Your dedication to your profession and the city of Tampa's clearly demonstration why you have been so important to the safety of our citizens throughout your tenure. It's my pleasure to say thank you very much, sir, and we'll have your people be and Ms. Duncan speak, and then I'll make you the commendation presentation.
Thank you, Councilman. And so Councilman Miranda just mentioned two things: perfectionist, detail-oriented. I'd like to add a couple of other adjectives that describe my experience with Altaf. He's kind, he's gentle, and he's considerate. And these mean a lot to me. Additionally, beyond being just a great professional, personally, I benefited from Altaf's experience as a first-generation immigrant from India, moving in 35, 40 years ago, and that's really blazed the trail for other people like myself, and I'm thankful to him. And he leaves a really good team behind, similar to George. He's trained his team members, they're very well prepared, and I wish him the very best.
Thank you.
Jean?
Good morning, Council. I'm going to try not to cry here. Altaf and I go back many, many years. Of course, I'm sure, in grade school when we met, right? We won't go there. I just want to point out some of the amazing things Altaf has done in his tenure here at the city. Anytime you drive under I-75, the beautiful bridge that goes over in the New Tampa area, we call it the New Tampa Boulevard Bridge. Altaf was our project manager for that. I have to say it's one of the most beautiful bridges you go under. There's no vanilla on it. It's got some texture and some aesthetics, and Altaf was kind enough to let me weigh in on that project and add a little bit of embellishment to it. Another bridge he worked on is the 40th Street Bridge. We replaced that bridge as part of the widening and reconstruction of that $100 million project. And I think we have, 40 bridges in the city of Tampa? Yeah. So many times during the day, you're driving over a bridge that Altaf has been making sure that we get those bridge inspection reports. We take care of that scour on those Davis Island bridges out there in the water. And but to add on to his contributions from the engineering side, I also want to agree with Vic that he is the most kind and generous colleague. He's always willing to share information. He's very helpful with taking on interns to share his knowledge, and he's a very unique and special person. We're going to miss him very much. So congratulations, Altaf.
Thank you. Thank you, Council. First of all, I thank to the God that He has given me opportunity to serve the use my knowledge and help the community, as well as first I like to thank my parents who sent me to the college to become an engineer, and many times they have skipped their lunch or food actually. So because I'm coming from a very poor family, but when I came here in 1982, and my wife, she helped me to go to the USF, and I graduated and did my master engineering in USF, and I'm thankful for that, for her help to become a master's in engineering. And then when I started with the city of Tampa, and I love the city, and this is a great city for everybody to live, and the city has given me a lot of things to me, and I like to give back that to the city, and I will all the times after this retirement, I will stay here, and I will always be trying to give back to my city. That is my hope, and I will do that things. And thank you, my all colleagues who has given me support, and especially the bridge operation department, drafting department, all my staff. They always help me to keep this bridge safe, and so the people can be safe in the city actually. Thank you very much.
Arthur, it's my pleasure to give you the commendation on behalf of Tampa City Council.
Thank you.
God bless you for everything you've done.
Thank you.
And you made it your way,
Thank
the
you.
hard way.
Thank
You
you.
made it to be one of the best engineers we
Thank
ever
you.
had. Congratulations to you and your whole family. God bless
It seems that all the great people are leaving us, and you're one of the greats. When I first got elected and parked here outside, one of the first days, you were one of the first people to shake my hand and say, and always saying hello, always, as Vic said, always kind and gentle. And we need more of that in the world. There's big, big shoes to fill with you leaving, but thank goodness we have Vic, we have Cal, we have Gene's leadership. I mean, we're really blessed with a wonderful department, but you leaving is a tremendous loss to the city, but your fingerprints are everywhere. The service that you've done, the work that you've done, and as Councilman Miranda said, perfect.
Thank you.
And that's who you are. I mean,
Thank
you're very passionate, but your commitment to this city and all your work is greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any council members? No.
You said it all. Sure. Thank you.
Congratulations.
With us today on this presentation, the Moffitt Cancer Center are Valerie Goddard, Ken Suwala, and Bobby McKee. It's my pleasure again. It was 36, ironically. The engineer had 36 years of service. Moffitt is going to be 36 years of service. So I guess everybody should play the lottery starting with 36. You got one leg up. But the combination is one thing, but what Moffitt has done for this community and for the whole country, people come from all over the world to come to Moffitt. And what I've seen there, I've seen some machinery that I had never, that was last year, so I imagine you got something even newer, where they can see the top and the bottom of the whole human body as they're doing some type of surgery. So that means that minimal little things they can find that in a lot of places that they don't even recognize because they can't see them. And what you all do in your micro labs, how you make they gave me a sample of a cell, and then the cells come to fight with that cell, the bad cell gets beaten up, and that's how the cancer is being cured to some degree. I'm not an expert on it, but what I've seen, it was something that was amazing to me. But thank you for the 36 years of Moffitt being here. Moffitt is one of the outstanding hospitals in the whole United States and in the country, and it's just the best that I've seen anywhere in cancer. But you speak about Moffitt a little bit, and I'll make the presentation.
Thank you. Good morning, Council, and thank you,
Councilman Miranda for this recognition of minority cancer awareness. Moffitt is a gem in our community, and the work that we do is transforming lives. Our mission is to work for the prevention and cure of cancer. This is significant. We heard earlier about Ms. Burnett and her generous contribution and her journey. This is important today because minorities are disproportionately impacted by cancer. And so the work that we are doing is not only for the entire community, but this particular initiative, I'm honored to chair the George Edgecombe Society at Moffitt Cancer Center. And our work is targeted at making sure that we are communicating with minorities, helping to ensure that there is prevention, early detection and screening, and treatment for those cancers that disproportionately impact people of color. We heard a little bit about pancreatic cancer, and it can be devastating. But for people of color, it is almost a death sentence. There are a number of cancers that disproportionately affect our outcomes. And so the work that we're doing at the George Edgecombe Society is raising funds targeted at research. Some of the things that you witnessed through the labs, some of the innovative technologies, we are investing in those researchers that are coming up with cures and treatment on every single day that are improving the outcomes of those that are affected. So we thank the council. Thank you, Councilman Miranda. On behalf of the board of directors, I serve on the Institute board and the hospital board, so I'm a volunteer and chair this initiative. But we're working to ensure that everyone knows that they're welcome at Moffitt and have an opportunity to receive the best possible care to ensure their health outcomes. And we know that health equity is what we all need to be working towards. So thank you again. On behalf of our entire board, all of our team members, our clinicians, our researchers, all the volunteers, thank you so much, and thank you to this community for its continued support. Thank you, Councilman Miranda.
You know, Moffitt not only gives you hope, in most cases it gives you cure. 20 years ago or 36 years ago, most of these cancers would have been devastating to anyone. Now the majority of them can be sustained for a while where you get 10, 15 years, yes, 20 years, life longer. And some of them are cured 100%.
Yes, sir.
And that's what it's all about. The Tampa City...
Should I say something?
Sure. I'm sorry.
Sorry to butt in, but I want to say something about Moffitt. I want to start off and say if it wasn't for Moffitt, I would not be standing here today. I had stage 4 in my throat 14 years ago. And at that time, that was considered a death sentence. But with the help of prayers and the gentleman upstairs, he had a reason for me to live, and that's to volunteer. So that's what I do at Moffitt. I volunteer and help anybody who needs anything to help them get through cancer. And I just got done with prostate cancer. So, and things are looking good. Thank you for your time. And this has been a very interesting meeting. Thank you.
What you just said there, just how many volunteers does Moffitt have? A lot of them.
About 900 of them.
900 volunteers. And when you go to Moffitt, those volunteers, they give you hope and inspiration, no matter how down you are in yourself, and you have to be not feeling too well, physically and mentally. They bring you to a level that makes you be success. Success is within reach before you even see the doctor. That's right. Yes. And it's something that I've experienced, not for myself, but for my late wife, and thank you for what you volunteers do.
Thank you.
The Tampa City Council recognizes the Moffitt Cancer Center for institutional establishing the George Edgecombe Society in 2017. The society, through its donors, provide funding for support Moffitt research, studies, and addresses cancer health disparities, specifically in the African American community. The city recognizes that the month of April is Minority Cancer Awareness Month, and that the George Edgecombe Society at Moffitt Cancer Center is hosting a second annual virtual event on April 28, 2022. The city joins with the Moffitt Cancer Center in our mutual hope of engaging Moffitt research and clinical faculties, where the community served, sharing research findings, and increasing outstanding and important the impact of cancer health disparities research on the minority population. In grateful appreciation for the Moffitt Center, what it all does for the community, the Tampa City Council presents its commendation on the 12th days of April 2022.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
I'll just say that, you know, when I've traveled, and I'll tell people I'm from Tampa, they'll say, you know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Lightning, or, oh, you're down the road from Disney World or Busch Gardens. But in the last several years, I've met people that say, oh, Tampa, Moffitt saved my life, or my mother's life, or I've gone down there for treatment. And we are so blessed to have Moffitt here because they have helped endless people. They have cured and saved lives and made lives more comfortable for so many people. And I can't not mention your awesome CEO, Dr. Who. I met him last year at a dinner. I think, yeah, a little bit over a year ago. Mm-hmm. What a wonderful individual. And he's got his band. What is it?
Yes. The Remissions.
The Remissions. He plays keyboards.
Yeah.
Go on Twitter. Follow him on Twitter. You have some talent. He goes, the singer is this one's a doctor. This one's an oncology nurse. Whatever it is. But what a unique, special, wonderful place that, I mean, you know, the reputation that Moffitt has is unbelievable. So thank you so much.
If I may.
Yes, sir.
Did you want to
Go first.
Thank you. Yeah, no, just thank you guys for all that you do. I'm glad that there's the George Edgecombe component there because that's such a pivotal part of our history legally, from a legal community and otherwise. But, you know, Moffitt, it means something to all of us, but more to others, right? You know, it's funny. We just started talking about autism. And, you know, we all know what autism is, but it's not critical to you until it affects you.
That's right.
Same thing with cancer. I got a good friend of mine who has brain cancer. Young guy, never thought he'd have cancer. Suddenly, he and his family know a lot about Moffitt, don't they? They know a lot about Moffitt. So, you know, when a lot of people speak about Moffitt, they talk about it from a very personal journey because somebody that they love has been affected by cancer.
That's right.
So it's really personal. So just thank you for all that you do. It's in that recognition. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Cedric.
There was a time before COVID, and in that time we were able to take a tour of Moffitt, especially in the research end.
Yes.
It's amazing what Moffitt is doing with T cells
Yes.
and how they are reintroduced into the body to help the body itself fight cancer. I was just agog. Thank you for everything you do, not only for people in Tampa, underprivileged people, but people from all around the world. Thank you.
And we're starting tours again, so.
Yes.
Please
Yes.
let my legislative aide know,
Yeah.
or our legislative aides know.
Yeah, actually.
We would love for you to come and tour the labs. It's life-changing, isn't it?
It really
It is.
Sign me up for that because I would absolutely love to see it. And I want to say thank you, especially for focusing on the minority community. I know a lot of women with breast cancer in the community, and it's so important to teach those skills. I have a very dear friend who had surgery the day I was appointed, and we're still waiting on her results. But I just know she's in good hands, and I really appreciate everything you do. Like Councilman Vieira said, it really touches us personally, and I never worried about her, and she's already home and she's recovering, and we're waiting on the news. But I know whatever happens, she's in great hands, and I just really appreciate all you do.
Well, thank you.
Councilman
Thank you.
Cruz.
We all, Councilman.
Well, in my community, sometimes we're afraid to go to the doctor, especially men. Secondly, no health care insurance. The scale isn't balanced. So somehow we got to find a way to balance the scale so we can get some health care so a lot of folks in my community can get to a doctor, can be seen. Sometimes they have ailments and just don't go until it's that time. and that's normally what happens. But I'm grateful that the association is taking a foot forward to be able to get out there to try to help these communities that I know that need to be served. So again, thank you for your work.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate the recognition. Thank you.
And this last one is also Councilmember Miranda's. This one is, I feel like making a motion that Ryan Manassi doesn't leave and stays with us. This is a huge loss to our city.
My pleasure. Thank you for everything. Thank you for your
Councilman Miranda, yes, sir.
Well, sometimes it's the beginning of the end, sometimes the end of the beginning. And like yourself, it shouldn't be 7 years, it should be more like 30 or 40 years. But Mr. Brian Benassi has done an outstanding job, very professional, and I see him all the time on camera. Very rarely we get to see him in person because of the COVID and things that we've had. But Brian, it's with deep heart that you're leaving, and you've done an outstanding job in the years you've been there. You also had a great teacher. And you want to name her the teacher?
Gloria Moreta.
Gloria Moreta was an outstanding, outstanding person. She, to my knowledge, was one of the best that anybody could ever have working in that department. She was very loyal, very straightforward, and told you in a mannerism that you couldn't even get mad with her. But she told you just how it was, just like it's done. Brian, it's a pleasure that we present to yourself the Planning and Development Coordinator with this commendation. You supported Tampa City Council during every evening session, aiding council with their deliberation concerning many vital zoning decisions affecting the city and its citizens. We would like to also say we're remiss if we did not express our appreciation and gratitude for your services that you had as a member of the United States Marine Corps also. Your calm demeanor and expertise will be sorely missed, and I mean that sincerely on behalf of every one of us. We wish you every possible success in your future endeavor. Thank you for everything you've done on behalf of the Tampa City Council and the whole city. You set a standard that whoever's going to be coming in your shoes better make sure he's got them tied on, because you'll have one hell of a job in front of him.
Why don't you come up here and take a photo with us?
Will do. First, congratulations, Councilwoman Hurtak, on your appointment, and good morning, City Council. It's a pleasure being here, and I appreciate this commendation. The last 7 years have flown by for me. I've made some great friendships, great staff that works with me or worked with me, leaders and professionals, and it's funny because you see the amount of staff that may be here, and our department's not that much bigger. And as you're aware, development is quite intense right now, and they're managing to get this through. And that's something that stood out in my time with the city, is the citizens or the employees, and how we can manage that type of workload and get everything through. So again, thank you for this. I appreciate all your staff as well. Mary Bryan's been amazing over the years. Lisa, during COVID, you know, we've all banded together and made it work. So I appreciate it again, and thank you.
Just a second, not leaving yet. You want to say a few words?
Yeah, that'd be great. Ryan, good to see you. Wow, this is great. First off, Zane Hussein, Development Coordination.
That's right, that's right.
I know that comes to second nature now, and it's great to see you all in person. Councilwoman Hurtak, welcome. I'll be glad to work with you in the future. Now, I'm not here for rezonings, SU2s, or AB2s. We'll leave that for this coming Thursday. I'm here for agenda item number 12. Now, I know this one comes near and dear to my heart and also the rest of my staff's heart. This is for the commendation of Ryan Manassi. Now, I had the pleasure of working with Ryan for a little bit over a year as I entered the city during the height of the pandemic, when staff was partially in the office, partially working from home. This man helped me through the ins and outs, learning development coordination throughout the city, and also was there as life hits you hard sometimes through personal endeavors. Now, he's been with the city for 7 years, started with code enforcement, urban planner 1, urban planner 2, and also finished with the development coordination coordinator position. Now you've come to know Ryan and seen him present on different things, different workshops, and various cases, and seen his great knowledge of the city of Tampa, also with his charismatic personality. Now you're just stuck with me. Sorry. He smiles through the ups and downs, putting any issue out or fire which seems with ease. He says that he's a human encyclopedia, or so we say. If he knows it, he'll tell you right off the bat. If he doesn't, he'll be the man to tell you first thing he can. When the pressure is on, he steps up. He's one of the most hard-working, most charismatic, and driven individuals I've ever met in my 32 years of existence. He served in the Marine Corps, stationed abroad, defending our country, keeping us safe, and keeping the United States free. He's a selfless individual who puts others before himself, the community, and his colleagues. He has a lovely wife at home and also a young son who he coaches baseball in. Now, if I could say, working under him, I know how he teaches, so I can only imagine what kind of a child his son will grow up to be. I know he'll do well in his future endeavors. He'll be missed by our office and the city overall for his outstanding dedication and for his contribution. I wish him the best in his future endeavors, and I can speak for the whole entire office and the city by saying thank you for not only being a great colleague, but also a true friend to me. Thank you.
Come on up here. You know, your family, your family. All right. All right, we're adjourned. Yay.